Anyway, welcome.
Welcome back
to another episode.
Another episode of According to My Wife. We're here. We're recording in the morning again.
Yes.
Last time we did this, we were like, I think I like this. This time we're like, I don't think we like this.
Well, this was your idea this time.
Well,
that's why I don't like it as much.
I had been drinking last night.
We overindulged.
We had been drinking
I
last
don't
night.
mind having a glass, maybe two at the most. But last night we pretty much each drank a bottle of wine, and it was actually fun. We don't really do that ever, but I'm just really tired.
I had fun.
I'm not hungover. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm not hungover either. I'm getting a little concerned with this because I've been drinking, not excessively, but somewhat frequently, and I'm not getting hungover, and that is a little bit alarming to me.
Why is that alarming?
Because I feel like it's mentally it's gonna make me want to drink more often, or convince myself that I can drink more. Physically, I can drink more. And that's a bad idea.
I'm about to have a dry August.
You're going dry August?
Yeah.
Drogust?
Drogust. Yes.
I've been thinking about that, but
Yeah.
also I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's some willpower right there.
I know, and I have none. I have no willpower left in me.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm sure alcohol is probably not a very good reward system. But,
yeah.
But for me, I have a lot of things going on that it doesn't allow me to drink throughout the day, or at times where it would be inappropriate for me to drink.
Yeah.
So I'll drink after shows.
Well, yeah.
So
I
it'll be
I know. I don't ever drink during the day.
So if I had a good set, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll have a drink
Yeah.
to reward myself.
Yeah.
And then if I have a bad set, I'm like, oh, I'll have a drink to forget
That you
how
had a bad-
terribly I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly like to unwind with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying it. I think I personally
Unwind, apostrophe D,
Yes.
unwind.
Oh yeah.
That would be a good name for a wine bar.
Yeah. Actually, that would.
We're opening a wine bar called Unwind.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We have no money.
But yeah, and I've been enjoying it. I have some cool, cute cups, and I just fill them up with ice, pour some wine in there, and a little Waterloo, and
I feel like the main reason that you like drinking is to just fill up your cups.
is to just have fun cups
You
to
have
drink
fun
out of.
cups, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the main motivator.
Yeah.
If we remove the fun cups, if
Then-
they were
then there's no purpose.
if they were unfun cups,
Yeah,
you would not drink.
it's very true.
That's very true.
It's very true.
Look at us.
It's too
Yeah.
early.
I set my alarm for 6:15 this morning, and it went off, and I was like, nope. I
Oh, what
snoozed.
time did you come and wake me up?
By the time I woke you up, it was probably 6:45.
I just made it sound like we don't sleep in the same bed.
Well, we don't.
Yeah, no, we do.
No, we don't. And not because we hate each other.
No, not at all.
Not entirely because
Yeah, yeah.
obviously. No, Bab sleeps in our youngest daughter's room because it makes her feel comfortable.
It makes me feel comfortable. It makes her feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes she wakes up and it's annoying going back and forth. So,
Yeah.
last night, she woke up at 3 a.m. She's going through a phase where she has to sleep next to me.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes things easier right now.
And also, I have a really weird, unpredictable schedule. So sometimes I will come home at 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that would be disruptive.
Yeah, I don't need more disruption. I've already
No.
got one
No, you don't.
thing.
It's fine,
Yeah.
We're just gonna go I Love Lucy style and sleep in
Yes.
separate twin size beds
Yep.
in the same room.
Yeah.
Which honestly would make more sense for our bedroom because our
Yeah.
bedroom's tiny,
Yeah.
and Babs insisted on getting a massive king size bed that takes
Yeah.
up 98% of the bedroom.
I actually still like that bed. It just doesn't make sense for the bedroom.
No, it makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all. And the bed frame that we have is definitely kind of falling apart. We need a new one.
I wouldn't say that.
It's a major dip. And not because I'm overweight.
I literally
It has
wasn't going to say
nothing-
anything, but
the look
did
on
you
your
read
face.
my mind?
The look on your face was like, well, that's because you're fat.
That is not what I was going to say.
And we discussed this. I am not fat. I just look fat because of sparkling water.
Yeah.
Which,
water-
by the way, we just found out apparently sparkling water has all sorts of forever chemicals that make you have cancer.
Yeah.
And I drink 47 sparkling waters a day.
Yeah.
I'm going to die because of LaCroix. That's a lame cause of death. Cause of death, sparkling water. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's interesting. I would have never known. How did you find that out?
Change showed me a video.
Okay. A
Yeah,
video.
a
But
video.
did you do any research
Well, I
yourself?
Googled it.
You Googled
and
it.
I
Okay.
read I spent about 45 seconds reading an article, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
All right. Well,
I had a feeling though. I was like, there's got to be. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't. It says the ingredients. Oh, it just says water and artificial flavoring or whatever. Like I don't know. I was like, that's got to be too good to be true.
sometimes you got to go with your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna drink water and coffee
I actually
and
really
various types of alcohol
yeah.
because that's not bad. Alcohol's not bad for you at all.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
I like a giant glass of like overly iced water.
Super ice cold water is the best.
Yeah, but like lots of ice.
Lots of ice.
That's like one of my favorite things.
So
is like
much ice.
Just a huge glass of just really cold ice water. I just
like
love
that too.
it.
It's the
Yeah.
best. It
Yeah.
really is the best.
Actually, that's one of the ways I end like every night is like just I'll like sit in my like little chair and I'll maybe crochet or something, and I usually have like a huge glass of ice water.
My
and I
wife
love
is
it.
78 years old. She sits and I just love a good crochet and a tall glass of ice water.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're Irish.
Yeah,
You're an old
me
Irish
either.
woman.
I'm not even Irish.
No,
I'm
you're-
Scottish.
Scottish.
I'm Scottish.
Scottish. Anyway.
I'm Puerto Rican.
I had a busy. I had the craziest week ever. I went up to Canada. I did 2 shows in Canada. And oh man, what a nightmare. Flying right now, commercial flying is just a disaster. It's so bad. There's just crazy delays. Every flight, I swear, every flight. When I flew back from Seattle, crazy delay. I was stuck at the airport for so many more hours than I needed to be.
I think it's just you.
No, it's not. Trust me, it's everyone.
No, I'm not serious, but like I didn't experience any of that when I flew.
Well, you are lucky.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I think it's just you. You have bad luck.
I don't have bad luck. I have bad timing. I have very good luck.
You can tell yourself whatever you want.
I have very good luck.
Okay.
I just have very poor timing.
Yeah.
My flight. Ooh, you hear that?
Was that your gut?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh.
My flight. I went to Calgary, Canada, to do one comedy show, Comedy Monday Night, which is the longest running open mic comedy show in Canada. I've been doing it every Monday night for 18 years. And then I also did a hip hop show where I opened for Homeboy Sandman. And I flew up there. My flight was, I didn't book great flights to begin with because I had to book stuff that was relatively inexpensive, and I needed to bring bags so I could bring merch. And my flight was supposed to leave at 7 p.m. I was supposed to land around midnight. Not a great flight to begin with, but then my flight was delayed by like 4 hours, and I did not land. I landed in Calgary at 3 a.m. I made it to my hotel at 4 a.m. It was pretty lame, but I did have some good shows. They were actually really fun. But then flying back, my flight left at 6:30 in the morning. I needed to be at the airport at 4:30 a.m. to go through customs, and I had a show the night before. I didn't get home from my hip hop show until 1 in the morning, and I woke up at 3:45 to go take a flight, and I flew back, and it was a lot.
I've lost track of what you were even saying.
I
There
know.
were so many different times.
It's a lot of times.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times.
do not like to schedule any flights that are 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
because that requires you to wake up way too early.
Yeah, it was honestly the only reason that I did it was because the difference between like that flight and like a more convenient flight was like $700.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
insane. Like the flight, you pay so much more for convenience. It's seriously, it's insane. It's not even fair.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. You want to save a little bit of money? You're flying out at 5:30 in the morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, it sucks. But I did have a great time in Canada. Dude, Canada is so nice, and the people there, so nice, so polite. Calgary, in a lot of ways, reminded me of like downtown Denver, or even like parts of downtown Los Angeles. Except it was so clean, and I didn't see one homeless person taking a shit on the sidewalk the entire time. Not one.
Hey, that's better than here.
I did see a woman smoke crack
Yeah.
on the streets, but she said sorry when she realized I noticed her. So at least she was nice about it. That's how polite people in Canada are. They even smoke crack politely. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this place is very nice.
I'd rather see someone smoke crack than take a shit. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that I didn't see anyone take a shit. And all I
Yeah.
saw was I only saw one lady smoke crack the entire time.
Huh.
Which, that's like one freeway exit in LA. You see
Yeah.
3 people smoke crack or meth
yeah.
or shoot up
Yeah.
or just a dead body.
No.
I did see one on the freeway the other day.
Yeah. Well, that was
On the way to
different.
Santa
That wasn't
Barbara.
like a homeless person.
It could have been a homeless person.
I don't know.
I don't know why he was on the freeway. There were no cars around. He had just got hit.
Maybe they had already towed the car.
No, I read the article. They said it was a passenger, or no, not a passenger. It was a pedestrian and a car, and they said the car fled the scene.
Whoa.
I don't know that I heard anything else about it.
Hmm.
That's pretty messed up. You're just cruising your morning commute on the freeway, and
Yeah.
just there's some guy on the freeway.
Well, you also should never hit something and just drive away. That's
I agree. I
awful.
definitely am not justifying that kind of
Yeah.
result. But anyway, I had a great time in enough about dead bodies. I had a great time in Canada. And then that night, the same day that I flew back, I had a show that night. So I was working off of a couple hours of sleep.
Yeah,
Crazy
but
flying.
you know what? That's your own fault because I keep telling you not to do that.
See, but here's the thing, though.
No.
I had a great show.
Okay, but that's cool.
It was totally worth it.
All right.
Totally
Fine.
worth it.
All right.
It was a great show, great night. And I went out and I had a drink after the show that night, even though I was dead tired.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have, but I
You were
did.
probably running off of adrenaline.
I think I was. I was like I was so like slap happy, sleepy, tired
Yeah.
that when I went up for my set, I just kind of like was just super loose and didn't care. I was like, oh, let's go. And it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
So
Well-
now I'm going to be sleep deprived for every set that I ever do because that's how I'm going to do well.
Yeah.
I have destroyed all potential of getting good sleep now by convincing myself that I'm better when I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
It's not smart.
I got a new tattoo. That's my excitement for the week.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
New tattoo. 2 new tattoos, technically.
Actually, yeah, 2.
One on the
One on my
thigh right
leg.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like your tattoos.
I think it's really cute. He did a good job.
I like how everything is coming together.
Me too.
I think I can tell. I know you're going to want to fill up all that empty space over time, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be years and years of adding one tattoo at a time.
Yeah.
Tattoos are expensive, dude.
Yeah. I actually feel like my guy's pretty reasonable,
Yeah.
but I also think I don't know. I think once you like start to know someone and they know you're coming back over and over, I don't know.
They'll give you a better deal than just a one-off.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they like test you out in the beginning,
Right.
but then they start to get to know you. And
Are you going to
Yeah.
get a badass spiderweb tattoo on your elbow?
I'm not really a spiderweb person.
Or what about like stitches across your throat?
I think I'm gonna stay away from my neck.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to have like $10,000 arms.
Whoa. Yeah. We'll have to insure
over
them.
time. Yeah, we're going to have to insure your arms. They're very
Yeah.
valuable. You better not lose one of those arms. I swear to God.
Yeah.
It was a valuable investment.
That's right. Hope I don't lose an arm.
I hope you don't either.
Yeah.
For much more reasons than just the tattoos.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Keep those
couldn't
arms.
do things.
Yeah, you kind of need arms.
Yeah.
They're a little important.
Yeah.
One time I accidentally asked a guy with one arm to give me a hand. He was like, "That's all I can give you." And I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, well, at least he had a good attitude about it.
Yeah.
He can only give me one hand."
When I was in Washington, because my brother's paralyzed in his
Mm-hmm.
right arm, and we got drunk and we were arm wrestling with left-handed, of course, because
Yeah.
his left hand, and he's like really strong in his left hand, and I was like, that's not fair, and I was like, let's arm wrestle with the right arm.
Oh, that's messed up.
No, he was a really good sport about it. He started laughing. Yeah.
That's a good one, Babs. That's a good
Yeah.
one. All right. Well, okay. Before we get started, please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. We've been getting a lot of views on YouTube recently.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm stoked about that.
Yeah.
We could be getting some more listens on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcast listeners, what's going on here?
Maybe that's not where people listen, I guess.
More people are listening on Spotify these days. I feel like
I didn't know
Spotify
that.
has kind of become the de facto podcast platform.
Hmm.
So if you are on Spotify, please make sure you follow the podcast, give us a 5-star rating, leave a review. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, follow the podcast, subscribe to the
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah. And share it. Tell a friend, please. Let everybody know. Let your coworkers know. If you're a truck driver, let your fellow truck drivers know. Get on your CV radio. Be like, hey, check out According to My Wife.
Yeah.
Also, if you are a new listener, my name is Rick Martinelli. I'm a stand-up comedian. Babs, this
I'm
is
Babs.
Amber Martinelli, also known as Babs.
Yeah.
And she doesn't call me Rick. I don't call her Amber.
Yeah.
She calls me Ricky. I call her Babs.
Yeah.
That's the dynamic here. If you're a new listener,
Yeah.
Babs said we should keep saying this, even though now we're 12 episodes deep.
Yeah. Is
If
this
you
number
don't know-
13?
No, this is 12. This is number 12.
Okay.
So if you don't know, go back and listen to all the other episodes.
Yeah, please do.
And you'll get more in-depth intros.
There's some
of who we are.
fun facts and fun subjects. So yeah, go listen.
I love all of our episodes so far.
Yeah, I personally think they're interesting. I don't know what other people are into. I just know what I'm into.
That's what this is about. That's why it's according to my wife.
Exactly.
This is all about whatever Babs finds unique and interesting, and she tells me about it, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's figure it out. What are we talking about
So
today?
today we're going to learn about the tricorne hat.
The tricorne hat.
Yes.
Oh man, I swear I should see this coming.
Why?
Can I tell you something?
No.
So when I was going to the 5th grade, I love that you said no. And I'm like, I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah.
When I was going into the 5th grade, my mom is born and raised in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So American history is kind of ingrained in like her personal history.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, obviously one of the early cities in the American colonies.
Yeah.
And so my mom has a huge interest in American history.
Mm-hmm.
And when my mom was a teacher for almost 30 years, I want to say 25 years, and she wanted to teach U.S. history, American history is what she wanted to teach. So when I was going into the 5th grade, which in California means you're going to learn about U.S. history. So the summer going into the 5th grade, my mom was super excited to take me all over the East Coast and show me all these historical, like Revolutionary War and early American historical sites. Excuse me. And one of the places that we went to was Jamestown.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Right, the very first American
colony.
Settlement. The very
settlement,
first settlement. Yeah, and they have like an area where there's like reenactor, like it's like Jamestown is still there, you know, and you can go see it, see all the old houses, and there's like they got like blacksmiths and stuff like that.
I just love that.
It was a lot of fun, and I bought a tricorne hat.
No, you did not.
I swear to God.
Where is it?
For the longest time, I had a tricorne hat.
What?
Yes, that I got at Jamestown, Virginia.
What?
Yes.
That is awesome.
I know. I don't know who knows where it is now, if it even exists.
Yeah.
But I had it for years.
That is so funny.
And I wore it. There's probably pictures of me wearing a tricorne hat.
Hell? What a weird kid.
I know. I was really excited. I was like, what? I got to get a tricorne hat.
That is so funny.
Okay, so let's tricorne hats.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Why tricorne hats?
Oh, okay. I was watching Outlander.
Oh, it all goes back to Outlander.
Yeah, and they wear a lot of tricorne hats. And it kind of got me thinking, like, why? Why do they wear these? Where did this come from? What is going on here? So I looked it up.
Should we bring back tricorne hats?
We can.
I mean, things come in cycles, right?
Yeah.
It's the early 2000s fashion is popular now. Let's bring back late 1700s fashion.
Yeah. On that note, though, that you were saying about like the history of everything and going back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast the other day that took place. It's actually a really cool podcast about like spooky, weird things that happen to people.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the stories was Gettysburg, and they have tour guides in Gettysburg, and they like dress up in like 1700s garb, and that is like a dream job.
1700s, 1800s. Gettysburg, because that's the Civil War.
No, Revolutionary War.
No, Gettysburg is the Civil War.
Oh, I think you're right. Okay, maybe it was 1800s.
Because Abe Lincoln did that. Well, you should know this. You
I
are
should
the
know.
1800s.
Yes, that's true.
I feel like one of the tattoos you should get should just be like 1800 across your throat.
Yeah.
In Old English.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be badass.
Like the word 1800 or the numbers?
The numbers.
Yeah.
1800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they like wear hoop skirts and they like carry a little like lantern, and I was
That's
like,
your
that's
dream
awesome.
job, huh?
Yeah, that would be so cool. And
All
then
right,
you could
guys.
talk with like an accent and be like, look, this is where we did this and that.
Why would you have an English accent?
Because it was an older time.
It's
period.
in America.
I feel like it was 1700s though.
1800s.
But I feel-
Gettysburg. 1800s.
Yeah,
The
actually, I just
Gettysburg
looked.
Address,
Yes,
Abe
yeah,
Lincoln.
it was like 1860, like one or something. Huh?
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah,
Civil
all
War.
right, fine.
I mean, I'm
whatever.
sure Gettysburg like existed back then. Well, obviously the area existed.
Yeah.
It was there. It had been invented
Yeah.
already at that point.
So, all right.
Okay.
Anyway, tricorne hat.
Yes.
The tricorne hat was popular in style most prominently during the 18th century and then began to fade out nearing the 19th century. The tricorne hat was originally called the cocked hat.
The cocked hat.
Yes. The tricorne got its iconic shape from the evolution of the typical round-brimmed hat that was used by Spanish soldiers during the 17th century. I looked it up. Spanish soldiers wore like huge brimmed hats, and they'd have like a huge feather
with a big feather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember. I was there.
Yeah, you know. Spanish soldiers began to bind the brims, creating the tricorn shape to better suit their stance with a musket. In 1667.
Hold on. So it was gun. So it was gun related.
I mean, yeah, because otherwise, like the gun would like hit their hat, and then it just kind of messed everything up. And
That's
so
so
they were
funny.
like, "Let's just tie this up."
So one time, someone was like, "I keep hitting my fucking hat with this gun."
Yeah,
And he was like, "I'm just gonna pin this side up."
yeah,
And someone was like, "Yo, that looks kind of dope.
yeah,
Like, do the other side too."
yeah.
And they were like, "What?"
That's exactly how it went down.
That's how it went down. So you said,
Yeah.
hold on, 1700s, and they fell out of fashion in the
Well, I don't think I said
early
that
1800s.
yet.
Well, no, you said, you said
No, I just said.
no. Before that, you said it was popular in the 18th century and fell out of
Oh,
fashion.
began to fade out nearing the 19th century. Yeah.
So that's kind of like the equivalent of like someone wearing a trucker hat right now. Like
Yeah.
if in like the early
That is
1800s,
actually really weird
someone
that-
wearing a tricorn hat, and someone
Yeah.
was like, "Dude, you're still wearing tricorns, bro."
Yeah, that's funny
They're
that
like,
you
"We're
brought
wearing
that
top
up.
hats now."
I was actually just watching a documentary on Von Dutch yesterday.
Oh yeah, wow, I haven't thought
Yeah.
about that in forever.
I had a Von Dutch hat, and
You
like
did have a
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
It was in 2000. Gosh, I guess it would have been like 2005.
very
Four.
very Paris Hilton,
Yeah,
very Nicole Richie.
yeah. In 1667, war broke out between France and Spain over the Spanish Netherlands, and after this, the French armies began wearing tricorn hats as well.
For a brief second, I thought you were going to say war broke out over tricorn hats,
No,
and I was like, "What?
no. And soon all of France was wearing them too.
Cool."
King Louis XIV made the tricorn hat incredibly fashionable throughout all of Europe for both military and civilians. They remained the predominantly preferred hat choice for nearly a century thereafter.
Dang,
Yeah,
a century.
yeah. That's 100 years, right?
That's 100 years.
Yeah,
That's what a
okay.
century is.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Men.
That's a long time. Like, okay, I'm trying to think. Like, when did like baseball hats come around?
I have no idea.
Maybe early 1900s.
Maybe.
Probably. So maybe we're probably about like 100 years on the. What's the new hat fashion gonna be? What's it
don't
gonna
know.
be?
That's a good question.
I want a
don't know.
straw hat.
Those are already a thing, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I kind of want a straw hat.
You would look ridiculous, but you should do that.
But like like a fashionable one,
Yeah.
not like a crazy
Like a
wide brim.
1920s like straw hat with like the little ribbon around the
Yeah, kind of almost a little bit like a fedora, but like a straw hat fedora.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be like a full fedora.
like a pork pie hat.
No, not really. More like, just like imagine like a dad, like a kind of cool dad on vacation in like the Bahamas,
Oh, okay.
right?
That'd
That's
be
what
cool.
I'm going for. Eventually.
Yeah.
You don't like my idea, do you?
No. They remained, I already said that part. Men of aristocratic stature preferred the tricorn hat because it could be worn and their lovely wigs, what is wrong with me, could still be shown off.
It's too early.
I know.
Too early in the morning.
Yeah. The first 5 presidents of the United States wore tricorn hats, and James Monroe was nicknamed the last cocked hat.
The last cock
Hat.
hat.
Because of its decline in popularity.
See, James Monroe, he was the last guy.
Yeah.
He was the last guy wearing a Von Dutch trucker hat
Yeah, that's
of
right.
his time.
Yep. The tricorn evolved into the bicorn hat by the end of the 18th century.
Bicorn?
Yeah. The bicorn is so stupid. Have you seen a picture of it?
No, I don't even know what a
It's
bicorn
like
is.
just like the front and like the back.
That's dumb.
And it's just like this huge like wave of a hat.
It just look like a big boat.
Kind of. And then sometimes they would wear them this way or turned. And it
They'd
would just
wear
be
'em-
this huge like boat, like mohawk of a hat.
They would wear them slightly crooked like T.I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
You are not into any of my humor this morning, are you?
No, I don't know. That's such an old reference. T.I. I like for a second was like, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, T.I. He had the mean lean, dude. It was like
Real-
just barely
Oh,
hanging
you're
on the side of his
right.
head.
Okay, yeah.
Come on.
I think there was like people used to make fun of that.
Yeah, they did.
It would be like literally like
yeah,
this.
it would just be like hanging on someone's ear just
Yeah.
like barely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just forgot. It was so
on, dude.
long ago.
So long. That's not as long as Von Dutch trucker hats. You remember that? Well, I guess you're white.
What does that have to do with anything?
You'd be more inclined to remember a Von Dutch trucker hat than T.I. wearing a mean lean on his fitted hat.
There was a picture of Jay-Z wearing a Von Dutch hat in the thing I watched.
Right.
Whitney Houston wore Von Dutch. Brandy wore Von Dutch hats.
Okay, all right. Just making a broad
you have
generalization
no idea what you're
about you
talking
being
about.
a white woman.
Okay.
Shh, calm down.
The bicorn hat was then used by military officers around Europe from 1790 until the First World War, and then the Shako hat was the new in-style hat for military leaders. That one was like kind of like a top hat, but it had like a little tiny brim, and then it would have like a giant feather.
Interesting.
One hat that overshadowed the tricorne by the 1800s was the top hat. Everyone wanted a top hat, and no one wanted the tricorne anymore. And
Yeah, I was gonna say that the top hat.
yeah.
It was like video killed the radio star. Top
Yeah.
hat killed the tricorn hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
We're on top hats now, guys.
Yeah.
I kind of want a top hat.
Yes.
My uncle wore a top hat
Yes,
during my
I thought that
cousin's
was really
wedding.
funny.
That
Yeah.
was so funny. I looked at it and at first I was like, that is so ridiculous. And then I was like, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, who does that?
nobody, which is really cool.
You know what trips me out? I think about something like the top hat being like 1800s. I think about that being so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and I guess this was a long time ago too, as well. But JFK wore a top hat during his inauguration.
Really?
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh. No one wanted the tricorne anymore, and thus it fell out of popularity among regular, fashionable individuals and remained only within parts of military use. In 1917, the Women's Royal Naval Service had a smaller, more modern version of a tricorne hat. Even today, you can still see a good old-fashioned tricorne hat being worn in the UK by the Chelsea Pensioners, in the United States by the Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps, the Royal Court of the Netherlands, and the Royal Court of the Netherlands.
So there are still people who wear tricorns, but it's like a performative thing.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
ceremonial.
I would love it if you just saw someone wearing a tricorn hat, like unironically,
Yeah.
like just like at a dive bar drinking a glass of whiskey.
Oh, well, I would have to make friends with that person.
You would for
Yeah,
sure. You'd be like,
yes.
oh, who's that?
Yes, I
Right.
would be immediately drawn to that person.
What do you think his name would be? Daryl.
No.
No,
Why?
I don't know. Thaddeus.
Oh, are we coming up with fake old names or
Like, say you
like
saw
is he in modern times?
modern times. What's the guy's name wearing a tricorn hat at Tracy's?
Ryan.
Ryan.
I don't know.
Ryan. Just some regular standard name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, dude, who are you? Hi, I'm Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, normal
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
All right. Whoa.
Jeez Louise.
hungry,
Yeah,
apparently.
I guess so. A black feathered tricorn hat is still worn by Lord Mayors. The tricorn hat is famous in America for the American patriots of the American Revolution and Minutemen who were militia members of the American colonies.
And me for a brief moment going into the 5th grade.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
In Canada, it is customary for ceremonial speakers in both federal parliament and some legislatures and justices of the Supreme Court to wear a tricorn hat.
I thought for a brief moment you were going to be like, and some lesbians. I was like, what?
What?
That's what when you said legislate. Like you kind of, it
Well-
sounded like you were going there a little bit.
No, I just was worried I was going to fumble.
Okay.
Princess Diana had a pink tricorn hat that became famous worldwide,
Really?
I guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
We were like little kids, so I don't know.
Yeah, we were real young.
Yeah.
I think when Princess Diana died, I was in Florida.
Oh, what? Like what grade?
Very young.
Oh.
Very young. I mean, like, I don't know, 2nd, 3rd grade maybe.
Really? I thought I was in like 6th grade when she died.
Well, maybe that's when it was. Very young.
I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, most pirates most likely did not wear tricorn hats because of their ability to obstruct their sight and because they would most likely be blown off by gusts of wind. Once on land, though, a pirate may have adorned a tricorn hat, just not while they were on board a ship. Because you see pictures and it's always like the pirate's always wearing a tricorn hat.
I don't think I put that together until right now.
Really?
No, I guess not. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
But they're like big, ridiculous ones.
Yeah, but apparently that was just if they were on land. Like actually, when it came to like what pirates wore,
Yeah.
like as far as headgear on
Yeah.
a boat or a ship or whatever, they would not be wearing a tricorn hat.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
That's a lost episode.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, Captain Morgan is a lost episode, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it was.
I don't think it was.
I think that was one of the early ones we recorded that we had audio issues on.
I actually don't remember, but I don't think so. I think that one, because the Captain Morgan was a fun fact. No, I think that was like our second episode.
Was it?
Yeah, mascots.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I have forgotten the lost episodes now. All right.
My sources are worldhistory.org and wikipedia.com.
Tricorne hats.
Tricorne hats.
God, I wish I could find there's got to be a photo of me
I
with
wish
that
you
hat.
could find that too. I also wish you could find your hat.
I mean, if it exists anywhere, it's in my mom's garage.
Yeah.
That is a treasure trove of old stuff.
Yeah.
I
know.
had it forever.
There's still someone's block of wood from 6th grade camp in your mom's garage.
Yes. Yeah, from when I poorly stapled carpet onto the workbench that I used to assemble skateboards on. Still there.
Yeah.
I must have done that in the 7th, 8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. So if the tricorn hat exists anywhere, it exists there. It's probably flattened and destroyed now.
Darn.
But yeah, I was
That's
the proud
really funny though that you were
owner.
like, I want one of those.
I just thought it was funny. That was I've always, back then I was a little more outward about being silly dumb stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, give me
You
a
were a
tricord
kid.
hat. Yeah. And I think on that same trip, because we went to Boston, we did all the East Coast stuff from Philadelphia to the Freedom Trail in Boston. So Philly, we went the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall and all that stuff. Boston, there's this thing called the Freedom Trail, and it's literally just a painted line
Why?
throughout the city, and it takes you to all these historical locations.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
It actually is pretty cool. I remember it being pretty interesting. So you go to Bunker Hill, I think, and just various sites that where
Isn't that a battle of Bunker Hill?
yeah, just various historical sites. And one of the places that we went to in Boston was the bar that Cheers was based.
Oh, no way.
It's not the act
Oh, that it's based on, not the one that's okay.
It's not the actual, because obviously they shot that on a set in a movie.
But there is a real picture of a bar in the during the credits or whatever.
Yeah, and this is the one that Cheers was inspired by, apparently. And it's called Cheers.
Okay. Wow.
And I had a Cheers shirt.
Ooh, that's cool. I like Cheers. Cheers is a good show.
I had it for years. I rocked it for a long
What?
time, dude.
That's awesome.
I loved my Cheers shirt. So I had a Cheers shirt and I had a tricorn hat.
Wow. Did you
That
wear
was
them
me.
together?
Maybe. I'm sure maybe at some point I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember being super proud of that Cheers shirt.
That's
I was
fun.
11 years
Yeah.
old and I have a bar t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's a bar.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I remember I wore it skating all the time. There's probably pictures of me in that shirt too.
Huh.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Who knows? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Well, fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
All right.
Which we didn't have a fun fact on the last episode.
I know we didn't. I
because
forgot.
Babs was on vacation mode.
I'm back on regular mode now. The inventor of the top hat.
The inventor of the top hat.
Yes.
Do we call him an inventor?
I don't know.
Because you invent products and devices.
Yeah.
Did you invent a tricorn hat?
No. Top hat.
Top hat. Oh, the inventor of the top hat.
Yes.
Oh, I missed it. I thought you were talking about the inventor of the tricorn hat.
No, I said the inventor of the top hat.
I misheard.
Did I say tricorn? I think I said top.
I don't know.
Anyway, legend has it that in 1791, a man by the name of John Hetherington, who also happened to be a haberdasher, which is a fancy term for a dealer in men's clothing, took a stroll down the streets of London in his new invention, the top hat.
Man, you think he just blew minds when he was walking
People
down the
were
street?
aghast.
Yeah.
Yes. It is said that he was charged for having appeared on the public highway wearing upon his head a tall structure having a shiny luster and calculated to frighten timid people.
Dang, they were like, this is outlandish.
Yes.
We're charging you with a crime?
I guess. This
Wow.
story appears in the St. James Gazette of 1797.
The first top hat was a news story.
I guess.
They were like, look at this crazy man.
yeah.
Look at his hat.
Yeah. They were like, ah, like scared for some
Just
reason.
terrified.
Yeah.
Children crying, people
Yeah.
screaming, running away
Yes.
over a top hat.
Fainting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Historians actually believe the top hat evolved from the medieval hat called the sugarloaf hat that was popular during medieval times. The very first top hats were made of beaver fur and then replaced with silk later on. Later,
Top hats were shiny?
yes, that was actually that was one of the biggest draws to the top hat was that they had this luster, this like really nice shiny.
I don't think I realized
luster.
that. I always imagined them being like matte.
No, and I believe if you can find a good old fashioned like antique top hat, they still will have that like little bit of a shine. I guess it's kind of rare to find one because they were made of silk and eventually they just kind of like fell apart. But
Right.
if they were really well made and preserved, yeah, they were shiny.
Interesting.
Yes.
I don't think I realized that.
Yes.
Okay.
Later, an English dandy, which according to CBC, a dandy was a person who paid a lot of attention to their appearance and social standing, by the name of George Beau Brummel, made the top hat fashionably acceptable and popular.
Okay.
I also think that's interesting because, like the, what's the Yankee song?
Yankee
Put a
Doodle
feather,
Dandy.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Mhm, mhm.
I never really knew what that meant. Or
Oh, that's a person.
well, I mean, no, he was a dandy. I didn't know what the heck the dandy part of that song was.
Wait, so what is a dandy now?
I just said.
I'm sorry, just
It
recall.
was a person who paid a lot of attention to their appearance and social standing. Like they wanted to look nice. They wanted to be like, a part of all these social gatherings, but be like the one that looked very well dressed or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway,
A dandy.
a dandy.
You fancy yourself a dandy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
My sources are theconversation.com, oliverbrown.org.uk, and cbc.ca.
All right. Top hats.
Top hats and tricorne
Tricorns.
hats.
This was a very hat-heavy episode.
It was a very hat-heavy episode.
That's funny because like I made it a point recently. I've always been a hat guy
Yeah.
for forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to the point where I don't know if you can tell. There's been a lot less sun exposure to my forehead than the rest
Yeah.
of my face.
Yeah.
From years and years and years of wearing hats. And I made it a point recently. Well, pretty much since I started doing stand up, I kind of stopped wearing hats because I'm on stage all the time,
Yeah.
and there's lights that come down, and sometimes when you have a hat,
Oh, yeah. It'll like cover
yeah,
your
you
eyes
have
with
just
a shadow.
total shadow on your
Yeah.
face. So just recently, this is like the first time I've ever like really just not worn hats for a long time.
Yeah.
But recently I've started wearing hats again,
Mm-hmm.
and I think people respect me more with a hat.
Wow.
I think so.
I think you look nice with a hat. I like when you wear them backwards.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yes, you like that. She
I
thinks
like
I'm
that.
cute when I wear a backwards
you look so
hat.
cute. But yeah, I was watching Outlander. It was it's one of the things they always wear.
Yeah.
I'm also drinking from my Outlander coffee mug.
Yes. Dinnefash Sassenach.
Dinnefash Sassenach.
What does that mean?
Like don't like worry, don't fret, don't whatever. Sassenach is like an English person.
Don't trip.
Yeah, don't trip,
Don't
English
trip.
woman.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Don't trip, English woman.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like recently I've done really well in my sets when I wear a hat. I feel like
then wear 'em.
sometimes people look at me without a hat and they're like, look at this buffoon. Look at this idiot. And then I wear a hat and they're like, that's a normal man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I start wearing hats again on the podcast, you'll know that it was inspired heavily by today's episode
That's right.
where we covered hats.
Yes. I should have worn a hat for this episode.
I know.
Darn it.
That would have been funny if you were like, tricorne hat, and you just
Yes.
pulled one out. You've just been secretly hiding a
I wish
tricorne
I
hat.
had a tricorne hat.
Well, I know where you can get one.
Yeah, I have to
Jamestown,
go to
Virginia.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Boston, but yeah.
I would like to go revisit some of those areas.
That's
at
where your
some point
mom's
anyway.
taking Soph for her 16th
That's awesome.
birthday.
She's gonna have fun.
Yeah,
She's gonna have a lot of fun.
we should tag along.
I want to go. I want to do road trips, dude.
Let's do it. We're
I
gonna
wanna
buy
do
an
cool-
RV.
yeah.
We're going on road trips. It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, if we can afford an RV.
We're
Right
gonna
now-
buy an RV.
right now we
we're
have to just-
manifesting.
Right now, we have to manifest food for the house and for the family, and we have to manifest rent. That's what we're manifesting right now. Are you getting distracted?
No,
Just looking at yourself in the
I
reflection
can just
again?
see the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool heart glasses.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
I know. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for listening. It's
Yeah,
been a
thank
great
you everyone
episode.
for listening. Once
Been a great
again,
episode.
yeah, all right. Once again, this is according to my wife. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow the podcast on Spotify. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, subscribe. We have not got many new subscribers recently on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Also, drop a comment or something.
Yeah, leave a review. Yeah,
Review. There you go.
leave a
That's what
review,
it
dude.
is.
Do some comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, we keep
YouTube?
going. Yeah, on YouTube.
Oh,
we
anywhere.
we keep going like, oh, we don't want nasty comments. Any comment would be nice.
Yeah. There's none.
There's none. There's no
Yeah.
comments.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
There's a few. There are a few. But I don't know. I have to learn how to be more active on YouTube anyway. It's such learning all these social media things is so complicated.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram at According to My Wife. You can follow me at Rick Martinelli Comedy. You can follow Babs at babs.martinelli. And if you are interested in seeing any of my upcoming stand-up comedy dates, go to rickmartinellicomedy.com and you can find them all there, and you can buy tickets and you can come watch me maybe wear a hat on stage.
All
no
right.
guarantees, no promises.
Yeah.
But it might happen. I did order some new hats recently, so.
Cool. All right. Toodles.
All right, bye everyone. Thanks for listening. See ya.